Alright, let's get this show on the road, shall we? Good evening and welcome to tonight's Planet Coaster stream, which hopefully is going to work. There we go. We are in the park. We are in Global Ventures. One of my screens has just gone black, and it's back on. Good. Means everything is working. So yeah, welcome back to the park. This is Global Ventures. We're looking at it from above as we usually do, and as you can see, it is actually starting to take shape now. It's starting to look really, really good. I did point out at the end of the last stream, you can start to see where some of the themed areas are going to be, in this case here, where some are going to blend into others, shall we say. But overall, pretty damn happy with it all. Last week we built this. This is Manic Miner. Pretty fast coaster, I would like to say, although I'm still not happy with the speed of this final section. So I think the first thing we're going to do is fix the miner and get it working how we want it to work. So, close the ride, edit track. And what I really want to do is to try and get it so that this lift hill is not needed. That's the plan. So it does mean that we're going to end up with this weird and ugly landscape, which I will fix. I actually quite like this going down and around like it was. So I'm going to try and replicate that if I can. But all of this here is going to be replaced. And how we're going to do this, whoop, is we're going to make our lift hill at the back here just a little bit taller. And how we're going to do that is by altering the angle of the ascent. So here is where we snag onto the third lift hill, and we're going to go up to that. That's a pretty good length, I would say. And we're going to extend this up to max. Is this going to be too tall? It's probably going to be too tall, actually. So what was it previously? I think it was like 39 previously. Now we're going to make it... Hang on, undo. Start here. So this is lift hill. Yeah, good. So currently it's 16. What is this? Hang on, redo. It's this bit. 39 should be fine. Am I doing this right? Let's find out actually where the lift hill actually starts, because it's the lift hill that we want to change. The lift hill is this bit. 40? I think that might do. Gives us a better angle on things. 1, 2. That's completely the wrong button. There we go. Shorten this. Level it off and make it go down a little bit, like so. This is going to continue to be chain lift, and then here, yeah, we're going to have to do a little bit of work here to shape this. I think that's a bit too tall as well, actually. Again, I've got to get right up in the tunnel here to actually see where the lift hill starts. There. So it's this piece. Maybe 35. I'm trying to remember the angle is quite tricky. That's definitely more than it was. That still takes you a fair ways above where we were before. I mean, it only needs to be a little bit higher. I think that will do. So see, this can come down a little bit. But unlike before, where it leveled out again then, this is actually going to remain a gradual decline. So here, it's going to come around like that, whilst banking. Like so. In fact, here it's going to curve a little bit more. Like so. Here it's going to straighten, and it's going to go from 13 degrees that way to, let's say, 20 degrees this way. We're going to curve here like this. Again, this is all while it's going downhill, so it's going to be building up a nice speed here. And then we're going to straighten out, level off, and drop the full 60. That's quite a big drop. That'll do me quite nicely, I would say. Have it level out at the bottom. Not that much. Something like this. Like this. And here, actually here, I'm going to have it start banking again. Like this. And then here it's going to not quite level out, but become a bit shallower as it starts to turn. You've always got to have a big turn at the end of your big drop. Yes, one of the guys I host, Matt Peddleston, he's actually one of the guys who works at Dovetail Games on Train Simulator, so he's quite a professional, despite his channel where he sings about driving trains and tractors. I can assure you he is a professional. How did I end up with... So we came out here, then we went... No, we came out... Where does this tunnel lead? Right, that's the out of that one. So, did the big drop come down and around this way? I think it did, actually. So with that in mind, we should probably alter this slightly. So that it turns a bit more like so. A bit of a sudden turn. Like, this is all quite gradual and slow, and then a sudden turn like this, and then a sudden drop. That would be quite cool. So, a bit more even. I'll have to make it a little bit bigger, so I can do a full... That looks pretty good. And then here, you straighten, you level out, like that, and 60-degree drop. Make this a little bit bigger so it's a bit smoother, like that, and then it's a full on drop at 20 meter drop at 60 degrees. That's quite a drop, I would say. Again, we'll have this go to something like -10. Start to bank to the right. And then here, round like this. Like that. And then a sharper curve as it starts to climb back up. And then a really sharp curve as it climbs further up. Something like that. If I was to build that, what's this? This is 37, and this is climbing up to a pretty good height, I would say. Straighten this off. sort of there. Have it go from up to down here, and also have it begin to flatten a bit more. There we go. Now we're getting the nice bit of curvature I was looking for. And we go into probably one of the signature elements of this ride, actually. If we drop down again, dive under the brakes, like so, and here, probably here, we'll have to start banking again. I need to check the speed of this as well. Bit more, like that. And then here we level out, we continue to bank, we extend this, pull this up a little bit more, like this, and then here is the big sweeping curve as it levels out. Okay, there's our limit. We should be able to go around. Can we really not? If I turn auto tunnel off, it will let me. It's because of this damn path, which I can't really move either, unless I make it go the other way. And then it kind of gets in the way of this. It's annoying. Hang on, we can fix this. Here, in fact one further back, here, if we have it continue to go like this, like this, and then have the sharp curve as it continues to climb. I'm thinking something a bit more like this, maybe? And that's quite a climb. We're asking a lot of our train here. Straighten this out. And then this is going to be the top. I have to work backwards from this point to make this work fully. I definitely want the drop under the station. This one here. Hopefully keeping the existing tunnel in shape as well, although I'm not sure that's going to be entirely possible. I mean, like here, that's pretty much what I want. This curve, this is still 20. Maybe I just need it to curve sharper. Like that. And then here, have it start climbing. I mean, this is slightly better, I suppose. And then like that. And then here, have it level out a lot. Back this way slightly. Ease on the banking. Like that. And then this. You go into that. And then here, have it start going down again. Yeah, this looks like it'll do the business. Start banking. Level out with a curve. And possibly some more banking. Now here's the trick. Can I get this to follow, or try and follow, the line that we've already made? If I do this, sharp it up a little bit there and have it go a little bit more gradual. And then here we can lift up a little bit more. Now where does this come out originally? Over here, which we can't do anymore because of the new drop. But what we can do is have it come out of a new tunnel over here. So at this point I'm going to go up like this, level out a lot, not fully but a lot, and now you're going to go straight like so. Now I don't want this tunnel to be seen from the drop tunnel, and it doesn't look like it will be if I keep this height, which is going to be good. And then here we need to level out. Just want to check still, is this tunnel visible from in here? I'll keep following this down. It's not. That's good. Although we haven't done the smoothing yet, because I have a feeling this whole bit here will be affected by the smooth. So I'm not going to get ahead of myself too much just yet. So you've got big drop, round, up here, down through signature element. We'll have some explosions or something going off here. Might need to move the track slide to get rid of these supports, because that sort of ruins the illusion a little bit. I do want to check actually what the test results would say about this section as well, because that's quite a hefty drop into quite a small hill. So let's just ease this along until we get to that section. I say it's a family coaster, but it's meant to have an extreme ending. Like the ride gets more and more manic as it goes on. Like the trick track over here, the sudden tunnels, the explosions, the dips, the dives and all that kind of stuff. And then here is when stuff hits the fan. You can see it's easing along relatively nicely. Big drop. Wow, 60 miles an hour. That's actually quite fast. Yeah, I mean that sounds like it's going to break everything. I think we can ease off the drop a little bit. So here it's going to go like this. In fact, it's not. Try that again, shall we? This is going to straighten out. And then this is going to go over and down. Like so. And I mean we've had a couple already, but we'll have another little sort of double down maneuver. Because why not? This will probably be on a bridge at this point as well. And then here I'm going to stop the test for a little bit so that I can fix this, because this is way too tall. Okay, so I've got to remember what angle this is at. 35. I think I changed it a little bit then. What I could do is just shorten this some. Like that. Now how tall's this? That's 39. I think we can go a little bit shorter. Like this. Whoops. There we go. Level you off. $38. That might do. That might do. We'll see. If you go down by, well, not that much. something like 9. Yeah, that'll do. 6 point wherever that was. Slow turn. Lengthen this. Bit of an embank. Wrong way. There we go. Like this. Actually, how are we going to get this to work? Like this, maybe? We've got to try and line this up again now. If I just did autocomplete. Come on, you must be able to find it. That's assuming it knows what it's looking for. It probably doesn't know what it's looking for. I think it's trying to get it back to the station, actually. Which is not gonna work. Yeah, cancel. Okay, so here we're gonna snap from a right to a left. Something like that, fine. Now I've got to try and get it to dive. Actually, is it down that hole? Or is it down this hole? I think it's down this hole, isn't it? Yeah. Alright, that's better. So this is the hole I'm lining up with. Which means I've got plenty more space now to do this. Like that. Go from 16 that way to, let's say, 20 that way. Sharp curve. I'll try and line this up pretty accurately. I think already I'm a little too far over. There. Level U. Straighten U. Need to go around more. Which tells me that at this end things need to come around more like that. This is then straight from this way to, whoops, this way. No, I'm not liking this. There's probably people screaming at the screen right now because they're seeing something that I'm not. I mean, we could just change the angle of attack on the curve at the bottom, I suppose. This needs to be shortened considerably. And that is probably what's going to end up happening anyway. So if I very quickly continue building from over here, this is going to go down. Actually, it's not. It's going to go to the left again. I'm thinking something like this, going into a helix down left. Oh no, helix down right. This needs to be higher. Alright, helix down right. Facing this way. Right, now over here, you'll get this bit ready. So they're the block brakes. This is going to be a friction brake section. which is going to be about that size, and then a trim brake section. It's going to be a bit longer, and also on a slight incline, which does actually mean that this is going to have to be a little bit shorter, and then this is going to be a little bit longer, but as I say, on that slight incline, just so trains don't stall, because that'd be the worst thing that could happen after this rebuild. Alright, now from here, I need to try and get to here. But it's not going to work, because we're trying to build two different bits of track at the same time, which is incredibly dumb. So I think here we're going to have to go around a little bit like this. Straighten up. Unbank. I don't think that's 100% straight actually. Oh, there you go. Whoa, that's awful. That is awful. This whole thing needs to be there, I think. And then this up to here with this needs to be smoothed. Nope, that doesn't work in the slightest. Okay, let's reverse this decision a little bit. So that's now our target point. Here, now we are going to have to do it like that, I suppose. But here we're immediately going to go from a bank downwards to a hill upwards, with perhaps a small bank in this direction. It needs to come up steeper. Need to get rid of this bit as well, and might as well get rid of that bit. If we have this as just whoops. If we have this bit here as just a straight piece of track that dips down, like that, dip it down, and then here dip it down a little bit more. There we are. That's worked out quite nicely actually. Got to smooth this out a lot obviously, but that's a hell of a lot better than it was. Except it's starting to debank this curve, which it should not be doing. We'll undo that, and we'll just do smooth banking, although that's doing it as well. You would think that that would be easy to manage with, but apparently not. Alright, we're going to have to do some editing again. From here. So I think actually, I suppose what I want it to do is bank upwards. Helix upwards. Sorry, not bank upwards. So here we should probably slope down again a little bit, and then here we're going to have a helix up to the right. That's going to be like this. Also going to make it a little bit smaller. I think this is the problem we had before. We ended up with a huge hill that it had to climb. Now, non-inverted, helix upright. Straighten it like this. See, even that looks too tall. Alright, new plan. This looks about right. Straighten you out. Go back a little bit. In fact, let's go right back to this. Straighten this out. Like that. Level this off. Dip this down. Like so, maybe? And then, like, have it level off a little bit here and bank like that. And then here we need to turn quite tight whilst remaining level. That way. Non-inverted. Half helix upright. There, half helix upright. It's not really working, is it? We'll do the magic trick of working backwards again. I just get the feeling, I mean, this is 10, this is 19. That's 12 over there. So it needs to go from that to this, essentially. Like this. You then level out. Or lengthen you a little bit, because you've got to go from this to this. And then here you come around like this. Demolish you. Where's it gone? That is not what I wanted to do. The camera on this game sometimes is impossible. Right. Rotate round. Have I got an autocomplete option? I haven't. That could be slightly problematic. If I did this... Alright, hang on. Select this piece. Take you back to there. Okay, and then select this piece. Gradually ease the curve here until I get that option. That's not bad, I suppose. If I take that back to there, and then if I take this down to somewhere like this, smooth all. That looks much nicer. Alright, and then from this piece round into this piece and up and over all this stuff. Smooth. Smooth the banking. Now hopefully that doesn't whack things up down there. No, it doesn't actually. That looks quite cool. Right, final piece of the puzzle. from here, can I auto-complete you up to the top of this hill? It's not looking good. Cancel. Cancel. You haven't got a chance in hell. Now if I do autocomplete, I want the big drop, damn it. I want the big drop. Cancel. Just wasting everyone's time here, autocomplete. I mean, what on earth do you think you're doing? Right. Excuse me. Losing my voice now. It's nice, isn't it? Level this out. Go back a little bit actually. This curve here I think was the problem. Why has it gone all the way over there suddenly? Needs to be about there. Now you straighten out. You level off. You big climb. Alright, now I've got to check the condition of this tunnel. There's going to be a breach. There's going to be a big breach. We don't want a big breach. But I want that 60-degree drop. So I even quite like the idea of this big sweeping curve. So the issue is this needs to come down some. This needs to straighten. Have I done that in the wrong place again? I've done it in the wrong place again. This needs to come around to there, and it needs to drop down a little bit. And then this needs to straighten, debank, and go up into, do something like 40, and we'll shorten it a little bit as well. And then this piece here is where it's going to go into 60, and then this piece here is where it's going to even out again a little bit. Actually no, this is where it's going to remain at 60 but be shorter. Like that. Now from here, can I get you to meet that? I can. What does it look like? Not great. Maybe if I level this out a little bit more first. So you're going to be something a bit more like this. Shorten you. Now will you autocomplete? You will. And that actually is almost exactly how I want my drop to be. Alright, we have ourselves a new completed coaster. What's the height here? 35. 35 to 19. I might have to put some trims here maybe. Maybe just on this piece. Wish it would just let me select one piece. We have to investigate this. Watch this run through. Go down, blah blah blah, around there, through this bit, into the little slalom section, little double there, up the second lift. What I'm anticipating is it's going to be too fast for the first bit and then probably too slow for the second bit. So climbing up here is pretty good. Get to the top of the hill, you go around that way, you go around this way, into the drop. It's still nearly 60 miles an hour actually. Although the excitement is through the roof. Yeah, it's far too fast still. So I think from this piece right the way over to this piece, the whole thing needs to drop. That's a meter. That's done nothing. Come on, if you get dropped, do it properly. What's that now? 31. Close. $29. That should be fine. I'm going to have to do some fixing in here, because that is totally unfeasible. I have to smooth this out. That's just not going to work, is it? The other solution, of course, is from here to here. I think I can lift this bit up a touch. I don't know if that lifts everything. Does that lift everything? That's still 29. Good. Take this back to here again and just do smooth all. I mean, that looks better. I'm not quite sure how the train's going to handle this bit. And I'm also going to assume that the camera still doesn't work properly. I'm also going to assume that the lift is a constant angle the whole way up. If it is, then I can fix this section here, no problem. And this bit. So from here, it needs to be a lot shorter, first and foremost. I'm talking like 5 or 6. If I can get it to 6. Oh, there we go. 5. And really go for the changing the angle. Something like that. And then here we have trim brakes with a catwalk like that, and then if I auto-complete, cancel. Can I change the track here? I can't really. I mean, that might not be the worst thing in the world to have it like that. You're going to really pull some G's into that section. No, I can't have that. I can't have that. That's going to annoy the hell out of me. Here, we're going to have to be like this. No catwalk. Bank it right round like this, And then here you're going to go up and round. Not quite sure why it has to be a 45-degree angle there. I think this bit might be too long. I want to shorten it. I would like to shorten this piece of track, please. Okay, apparently I can't. We can level it out a bit more, I suppose. So that like that. This will bank. And then I hope... It's just because I'm asking it to auto tunnel, isn't it? If I turn off auto tunnel for this section. Something like this. And then if I get rid of this piece and just do that. There we go. Right, now to smooth all of this. So from top of the drop here, right the way down to the bottom and around this section to there. Smooth all, smooth banking. Okay, from this piece here down and around all of this bit to here. Smooth all, smooth banking. From this section here up and over the little hills like that and down and round to, let's say, there. Smooth all, smooth banking. And then from this piece through to the helix and then up, oops, through the helix and then up and down into this. Smooth all, smooth banking. Stop test. Done. Right, operations. Yeah, I think 5 trains is still fine. We'll test and we'll ride. I think we're going to ride from the back. So we get a real accurate view of what this coaster looks like to ride on. Into the tunnel, round like so, round like so, into the first lot of brakes. That's quite a severe stop. I might take out the block brakes here actually and just have it go into the first lift hill. It's also a bit worrying. Why have we stopped here? I might have to take it down to 4 trains. I'm going to do that. I'm going to take it down to 4 trains. Although we are getting a test of this. There's actually a pretty good speed going into that. 4 trains. Ride. Let's do this. Restraints down, test dummies in. Once the timer's hit 0, of course. I'll wait for that magic timer. And here we go. Dispatch. Go along nice and level. And then boom down into the first mine shaft. I don't like that whining noise it makes. It sort of goes along and then it goes. I don't think that's the noise roller coasters make somehow. I haven't ridden that many mine train coasters. Just the 2 I think in my life. But I don't think they whine like that. Now, I'd like to say I've ridden lots of roller coasters in general, but I've only ridden roller coasters in England and in Disneyland Paris. Although saying that, I only went on Big Thunder Mountain back then, so not had a wide variety, I suppose. I'd like to head to Alton Towers once the new wooden coaster opens there, because I've never been on a wooden coaster before. So I think that'd be quite exciting. Right, through here all is good, into the helix all is good, down out the helix all is good, into the trims there all is good, into the slalomy section underneath Bandito all is good. Get a nice view of the Eurofighter there, into the little dips there, and up into chain lift number 2. I will put a building around this lift hill because it's not the prettiest, especially as it goes right up above the rocks here as well. Right, down into the big drop here. Round here, alongside the future site of the railroad track, which I probably will build around this section in a little bit actually, because I might as well. Into the sort of trick track section, up and down here, into the double up here, crest the hill, third lift hill. Alright, here we go. Into the new bit, everybody. This is the exciting part. Into the new bit. Oh, rock face there. It looked, on the right looked like a duck's head then. That's a bit weird. Yeah, that drop steepness is awful. We'll have to fix that. Nice speed there though. Good speed here. Down and round here. Into the up helix. I can't tell whether it's just the game stuttering a little bit or if it's legitimately too rough. I suppose we'll find out in a second when we get the results. Testing. It's not the worst, I suppose. Maximum speed 56. Yeah, I want to check this this drop here because it seemed to... I can see it actually there. You can see it goes relatively steep and then it plateaus and then it goes steep again. That is not on. Even though I imagine that would be an awesome ride, that is not on. We're going to fix that. Let's put the camera in the right place again. Back a little bit. Where are we going? Top of the lift hill's there. So it's in here somewhere. There it is. I found you. Right. Select you. Delete. Autocomplete. That's kind of good actually. Although the thing I was a little bit disappointed at is, especially when you're sitting in the back, this isn't a gentle slope anymore. This sort of just pulls you down, and I think actually it's that bit there. You can see where it is. So I am going to delete this again. And delete this and this and this I'm going to fix. So it's not so much that, it's this bit that's wrong. So you need to be something like -5. I'm going to have you slowly come round like this with a slight bank. And then here you're going to straighten out. In fact, can I just auto-complete you now? Not quite. If I was to build this, then I can auto-complete you. And that's more akin to what I want. So now if I do that, and I do that, that's a lot better. That is a lot better. Right, so test again. There should be a train here sat waiting. There is. Good. We're going to watch this and we're going to make sure it does what it's supposed to do. Yeah, that looks like a duck's head. I'm going to have to fix that. Alright, here we go. Gentle meander. Yeah, into drop. There's that whine. I don't know whether it's supposed to be like a train whistle or something. It's really whiny and horrible. I also think this helix is actually, the transition into it is too rough. So do I want to fix that? I mean, I should really, shouldn't I? Alright, stop, edit. I think the problem is because I wanted this double down, sorry, this double up so much. I didn't really consider how that would work. So if I go non-inverted, helix upright, I think it could be made a little bit bigger as well, because the start and end points are in the same place. Auto tunnel. Screw it. We'll try it, at least. And we'll see. Autocomplete. Alright, hang on. Cancel. Actually, what did it come up with there? It wants to do the... Oh, I think tunneling's a problem as well. I think tunnelling is a problem. Because if I was just to do that, you see it works. Now I can't build over there, but from here, what I can do is level this out, unbank, like so, shorten this considerably, like so, build that piece, and then I can build this piece. And then from here I can go back to there, and on this side I can go forward to this piece, and I can go smooth all, smooth banking, and that fixes that little problem. And then from somewhere like here, come around this bit like this, smooth all, smooth banking. Alright, start test. We're going to watch this train again. One up here. So you're going to leave the station, you're going to enter the station, and you're going to clear the block, which is going to allow this train to do its magic. Here we go. So I'm going to sit over here somewhere. There's the whining noise. Up and over that piece. Nice. Down into the tunnel here. Along this bit here. Up the helix. And then crest into the brakes. I think that's actually worked out quite well. Right. We'll call that a finished article then. Now we've got to fix all the terrain around it to make it look nice again. Whoops. We want to push size. We want smaller. Just want to get rid of this piece here. Like, I don't mind a bit of an overhang here, although actually I would rather that was a little bit more straight. And then this jagged edge here. Use the smooth tool on it, I suppose. There we go. And all along here. Right, and then I want to pull this across like that. All across this section. Like that. And then over here I want to do something a bit like this. I don't want to completely hide the coaster. I'd like it to be visible. But at the same time, areas like this, I'm quite happy to, well, especially in there, all of that tunnel, the old tunnel there, can be filled up. And then over here, kind of like that. This can all be out in the open. Apart from in there. Yeah, all of this can be out in the open, I suppose. Whoops. And all of this can be lifted up. Because the more I lift this up, the darker this tunnel underneath it is going to be, which is perfect. I like it to be nice and dark down there. But it also then hides it from this entrance area. So if you're standing here, say, between the buildings you can see what's going on. I might put a fence or something along, but you can't see too much. You don't want to give too much away of the park at the entrance. You want people to actually want to go around and explore and find out for themselves where everything is. Unless they have a map, of course. Then it's kind of obvious where everything is. And some elements you will be able to see from miles around, like the clock tower and Tower 16. But they're weenies. That's exactly what they're designed to be like. Right, landscape all this, and then in here, gonna landscape all of this. This section here I'm gonna lift up as well. But not too high. I think like that looks good. This is meant to be the mine that the manic miner is just dived into. Like the whole way through, you're diving into old mine shafts that were discovered as part of the gold rush here, and then right at the end of the ride, you dive down into the big main shaft. It takes you through. I don't want to use the name Gold Mountain, but I think I might have to, just so it tells the story a bit better. Also, this is ugly, but no one's going to see it from inside the park, so quite happy with that, I suppose. Up here needs fixing. Like so, and then all of this needs lifting up. All of this needs lifting up. That's pretty good there. I am going to get rid of the duck's head. Apologies for that. I'm sure there's a lot of you very attached to the duck's head, but it has to go, I'm afraid. Alright, make this tunnel a little bit more claustrophobic, like so. Any bits I've missed out? Yeah, down here I suppose could do with a bit of a touch up. Along here. Can I extend this out? No, I can't because the station's in the way. That's fine. Although here, I suppose I can push it down. Like that. There's the old tunnel. This is what I've got to do now, is go and fill in the old tunnel. Because obviously we're not using the old tunnel anymore, we're using the new tunnel. So I now have to go through. This bit's actually okay, but it's over here, the drop. I need to go fill in, or do I want to? Actually, I might not want to. Some of these side tunnels are actually okay. Like this bit here I'm going to fill in. But over here, these are all like side tunnels that have been dug out of the main shaft. Like this one here. So I'm going to leave that, I think. And then at the... Well, I am going to lift up all of the land here. It's a bit too close. Well, it's a bit too far away, sorry, from the track for my liking. There we go. And I have just gotten rid of that shaft now. Oh well. We'll dig a new one. So from here, this is all pretty good, I suppose. Right, now here is where you dive into the shaft. It's very dark down here. I quite like the dark levels, because you are very deep underground compared to some of the other tunnels on the ride. I suppose once we start putting lighting and stuff in, it's going to really be apparent that you are deep, deep, deep within the ground. Like all of this ground here, especially this bit here, this can all be lifted up. This bit can be pushed down a little bit actually, because that's a pain. This section here, I'm going to leave relatively flat, because as I say, I want this bit to be like bridge track. So it's going over a bridge across the way. This can be landscaped a little bit more, or smooth it down like so. This section here can all be lifted up, and then again just smoothed along like so, and then like that. Pretty happy with that. Just make sure I can still build the path here. Wrong type. There we go. In fact, I think I left that like it was, because there's going to be a building here. It's going to have a gift shop, and I think the steakhouse is going to be attached to this as well, and then the dark ride is going to be in an L shape behind it. I believe that's what we agreed on. Use Squire. Yeah, there's new staff buildings now. Shops and facilities. Staff management. So I'm going to go with the fort building, and I'm going to put it do you reckon I can get away with putting it here, maybe? Maybe not there. Maybe if I attach it to the exit of fort. Or I could build it around here. If I could get it under the lift hill, that'd be awesome. Just let me build it. Like that. And then I'll have to push the landscape down a little bit. Hang on. Let's do the pushing of the landscape down now. Flatten to foundation. Really small brush size. And we'll... smooth it all out. Whoa, without lifting that bit up. That's the point. I don't think it will work here. I think we need to leave this bit lifted up because of the track underneath. That's annoying. But then it does have to exist there for the sake of the ride. Maybe then we can put it... I mean, what does the building actually look like? It's just a box. Yeah, it's basically just a toilet without the divider in the middle. So, there's nothing to say that I can't build it. We'll come back to that. But I will have one over here. Definitely. Caribbean style or pirate style? I think Caribbean style, actually, considering what the area is called. Anyway, back over this way. I'm going to start building the station building, I think. Oh, no, actually, no. I want to build the queue line first. So we need to dig a tunnel. That the ride can go through. Oh, the ride queue can go through. It's annoying that paths... They should do this in the update. Have it so that paths can actually cut through tunnels. Make tunnels. That'd be very handy. Especially when we're building out of here. Right, that's my height. The width I'm going to alter slightly. So we need to get a tunnel for the main queue, which is essentially going to go in like this, and then yeah, it will turn right and go along like this. Where's he going to come out, actually? If it came out somewhere over here, that'd be cool. Like if it just went into a tunnel all the way around and up to the station. That would be pretty neat. I have a horrible feeling it's not going to fit through this tunnel at all. We could always force it to fit. Right, so at this point, the camera needs to calm down a little bit. Right, here we can keep going. Here's a tip, don't alter the width whilst you're digging. If we continue along at this trajectory, where are we now? We're nearly on the exact point in which we turn right again. Damn camera. I'm going to go along to about here, and then I'm going to start turning again. Because that should put us about level with... yeah. Got to find the damn tunnel again. The camera, it just loves to mess me around when I'm going through tunnels. What is with that? Right, here, we're pretty much just going to go straight. And we're going to emerge like that. Right, now if I flatten to surface all along, flatten to foundation all along in here, like this. This is good. Like that, and then here, flatten along. All the way along like this. And then at this point we need to flatten to a surface, which is probably going to be this one. And at some point these two bits will meet. Smooth this. I'm going to work with a really small brush for this. Now here we can work with a bigger brush. So you're going to come along like this. That looks good. And then you're going to be along like that. And then along like this. And that should take us to the tunnel exit. Where if I get rid of this piece of path... No, if I get rid of this piece of path... There we go. I should be able to flatten this right the way up like that. Good. Right, spin you round. This... Oh, for God's sake. Where's the tunnel entrance? Over here. I think here... if I keep flattening this actually and have it come around this way. So the queue for Manic Miner is basically going to zigzag in and out of the mountains over here. And then you enter the final mine shaft which takes you up to the station. So far, so good. This point here, I'm hoping the ceiling clearance is enough that we can get away with it. I'm also hoping that this bit here is smooth enough. I think we need to smooth it a bit more like that. Like that. And then on this bit, smooth it along like that. Now if I was to try and build a path in here, no angle snap. Okay. Oh. There. There we go. Getting it to work. And then at this point, I think we can have it just slope down to the ground. No? Okay. Take it back a bit. No. Okay. And even if it's a little bit elevated, that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good for the queue. Now can I get it to connect at this end? My guess is not with this bit like it is. I'm going to rough that up a little bit. Like so. And then from here, queue this one. Yep, still a bit messy here as well, but that's fine. That's what the push is for. Okay, this bit needs a bit more work. Along here, and along there. Come on. Get me to the station. That's all I ask, is you get me to the station. It's still incredibly messy going through this bit. Around like that. There. Like that. Awesome. Right. Railing on ground queue. Railing on elevated queue. We are going to use railings for this queue, because as you can see, it's going to need them. Because this is probably going to be a health and safety nightmare once we put all the rock work and stuff in as well. It'll obviously be safe enough for the public, but going off the queue itself, going over the barriers and onto the main path, that will not be safe. We are not liable for any injuries caused by Planet Coaster people going off the beaten track. So that needs to be pull, not push. We're going to create a new little archway tunnel here. You're then going to be a flattened to foundation underneath all this and out into this section. And then from here we're going to start sloping. So you need to be a really gradual slope. Like that. I hope this is enough. And then you need to slope round like that. I'm not sure that is enough actually. And then this will meet that at the bottom like that, although that was probably too much there. Let's see. Yeah, terrain too uneven. Okay. So that there, it looks like a good slope. Except it's not. It's too steep still. Let's push you down a little bit. This is a nightmare. I'm going to hate doing this bit. I want the path to follow the terrain, that's the thing. Like, I could just elevate it and do it that way, but I don't feel like I'd have achieved anything by doing that. Right, can this touch the ground now? Too uneven. Maybe we'll just have to have it go around like this. So, I mean, that just doesn't follow anything like what I want it to. The terrain and the path tools, I think, badly need redoing in this game. I'm a little bit disappointed with them. I mean, I thought Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 was bad, but there are times in this game where you try and build it to the foundation. Like, that is flattened to foundation. And there's loads of room around it. You could build a road through this gap, and yet if I try to put a path on it, it'll probably say uneven terrain, and that's actually really frustrating. There, well, look, terrain too uneven, but it's not really, is it? If we're being honest here, that is not uneven. And then also you end up with this stupid hitbox around the path. So, like, I can't edit this terrain. The path is nowhere near the terrain. You can see it's nowhere near the terrain, but because the path exists, the terrain is being affected by it. It's just a mess. I'm sure they'll fix it. I have every faith that they will fix it in an update. Right now, though, it is a pain in the backside. And look, like that. Why is it up on the top there? It's just ridiculous. Like, why is that there? I've got to basically move the land completely out of the way. Terrain too uneven. But it's not. The terrain is pretty much perfectly flat. You might remember actually in the first episode of this series when I was trying to build the paths at the railway station, and eventually, I mean, I didn't give up per se, but eventually I just conceded defeat and thought, this is not going to work, no matter how many times I try and make it work. Like, that is actually a really smooth transition from flat to slope. It might be a bit steep, but it's pretty smooth. I mean, all this, it's all just a mess. Just flattened to the damn foundation. Maybe I'll just flatten to foundation. I can't do that here. Here I have to flatten to surface and then hope it's a smooth enough surface. Trying to build it up the curve as well. Trying to build this flatten to surface on a curve. What am I thinking? The smooth tool doesn't really want to help me either when there's other land around. Like, that's not smooth. When you're using the smooth tool, it should allow you to, or even have an option where you can change the degree of the slope. So like have it set to a, I don't know, say the maximum path is a 15-degree slope, then have that set as the flatten to slope, flatten to surface. Because now I'm just moving the land on top. So I'm basically going to have to flatten or get rid of all of this land that I sculpted last time to put the damn queue through it and then put it all back again afterwards. Right, smooth. It's all going now. It's all going wrong now. I genuinely do not see why a path would not work here. That to me does not look too bad. It's a bit steep, but I can fix that. That's no problem. Steepness I can well, I say I can fix. Not entirely. I can if the game wants to play ball with me. There, look, terrain too uneven. It's not though! Breathe. Right there. It sticks to the ground and then terrain too uneven. Here, sticks to the ground, terrain too uneven. But it's not! Stupid game, it's not too uneven. It's actually a really nice evenness. Right, through here. Now will it let me slope down to the ground? It will. Now will it let me build... Okay, so now it's just a case of steepness, which, as I said, I can fix. So we need this to be a bit more gradual. So we'll choose a slope a bit more like that, and just have you come straight down. Smooth this at the bottom. Test it. So it's just here it starts to get a bit difficult again, but I think that might be because of this stuff here. Now you can see it's being funny, so the path must be interfering with this terrain. So if I remove the path, there and there, and then hit smooth again, I can smooth that. Excellent. Right. Now can I smooth across here? I can. Okay. Done. Joined. Brilliant. Right, now once we get to this point, we actually come out in a pretty good place as well. I thought we were coming out a bit more over this way for some reason, but we're not. So this here can all be Q for Manic Miner. Now we got to get the priority line in. Now the priority line I kind of want to join up here. Let's finish this bit off first, shall we? So let's have this level off and run along here. Is this smooth? This bit here can be made smoother actually. Terrain, smooth. Run it along all of this, especially this bit here. Flatten to foundation. all the way along this area. Like so. Smooth. All that bit there. Right, path, Q. You're going to run along here. Actually, I think you're a bit too close to Bandito's track there. So I think here, should we have a sharp turn like that? This isn't very smooth again. I'm taking a big risk doing this. Oh boy, am I taking a big risk doing this. Flatten the foundation. Drag this across. Like so. And all of this bit. Underneath there. And along like that. Cool. Right. Now here, like that, and then we'll run it a 90-degree along. So this will be like the back end of the queue. And then here we'll go along like this. So we can make it go a little bit longer actually. Like this. And yeah, we'll do a little bit of cow penning. If this ride turns out to be as popular as I hope it is, we're going to need this queue to be this big. That's a weird shape. We're going to fix that. Like that. Take this back one. Here we go. And this is going to keep coming along like this. And it's going to connect up. Turn off the angle snap again just for a second. I want it to have a really wide entranceway. That's pretty good, I suppose. The reason I want it to be pretty wide is because the priority is going to snake around this area and then it's going to climb up the rock here and connect up over there. So here we want operations, enable priority pass, place the entrance, that's going to be here, place the exit, that's going to be up here, and then build the queue. So here we're going to have a little let's take this out one more. I've no idea how popular these rides can get, so I'm going to guess that this is about the size you want a queue to be, and a priority queue. Right, now here we're going to stop there, and then from here we're going to build along, and we're going to build down. Oops. Did I turn off curved slopes? I did. That'll be why this wasn't going to plan. Here, down. something like this, and then we'll do a 90 and a 90. It doesn't quite fit. Might have to do a meet in the middle job here. I think this one can come round a lot more. Okay, 90, 90, like this. That's now on the ground. Like that. And that'll be the priority queue. I think that's not too bad actually. So in theory, apart from this area here, which I don't know why I deleted, or when I deleted that bit, in fact. Yeah, build like that one up. There we go. This ride in theory could be open now if I wanted it to, which is good. That means that the main sort of goal is completed. Now we're going to put the building around it. So we're going to go custom, building set, Old West. I'm going to go with a corrugated iron roof and everything like that. So wall pieces, natural wood. That'll look quite nice actually. We want the big pieces with the windows. In fact, first and foremost, we want the flat roof. Because we've got to line this up. Kind of like this, except rotate it a tiny bit that way. I think that if I build this the length of the station, then we can rotate it so that it's in the right spot. Press done. Toggle advanced move. I think 1 notch looks about right to me. And then we'll move it a tiny bit this way. Probably to there. And then a tiny bit this way. Like that. And then actually all of this here is going to move over to this side. Like that. Now I can't select it. That was smart, wasn't it? There we go. Edit building. Right, I might have to dip this down below the floor slightly. Hang on. What was the width? Did I go for the full 4? No, must have gone for 3. There. Much better. Right, good. No, this. We're going to rename this Manic Miner Station. What's the time? Alright, we might have to wrap this up soon. Which means we haven't really got that much done, but oh well. We'll build over here like this as well, I suppose. Just to give all this bit here some purpose. Like that. This area here I'll cover up with land so it doesn't look stupid. Right, now for the walls. We want windows. Well, first and foremost we want just walls going along here and along the back. Probably to there, and then along like this. Again, I'll fix the land so that this doesn't all look stupid. Like that. This will then come across like so. Okay, one bit of the station done. Then I'm going to go arches. That's not right. Natural wood. See, I think that is too big a gap, so I'm going to do this and then grab that and fill in like that. It's annoying that I didn't get the entrance to line up perfectly on the grid, but oh well. It probably did at one point and then I moved it. It's also a shame I can't add an extra car to this, because that'd look pretty cool. Can I build a wall? I can if I do it like this. Now that is lined up to the grid. So I could do that, and then here I could put a control booth. And we can make that look nice. We'll have to build a support structure going over the track there. So you can go like that. Back to walls. Here especially we need to put this so that it goes down into the ground. Although we need to do it here. Which will mean having to move that path rather annoyingly, but oh well. That can go there like that, and then over here, if I put this bit like this and then this bit like this, now this won't fit there, and even already there I think there's a bit of a collision. But if we were to move this back one to there instead, you do end up seeing a little bit of the station, but that's a worthy sacrifice, I would say, in order for this to look good. So we'll do something like that. And essentially, that is the shell of the building completed. Now we've just got to put the arches and stuff in. So here, for example, we'll do that. Over here, we'll do the same. And then over like this, we will go like that. Actually, looks nicer. Looks more even as well. Over here we can't really do that unless we move this wall, which we can do because of the way I've built this. So that can go there like that. And then here you can go like that and like that and like that, and then across here. So we have half a grid wide building that's going to run all the way along. That's in totally the wrong place, I think. Or is it? No, I don't think it is actually. Like that. Like that. Like that. Like that. There we go. Right. That's the shell of the station completed once I put this piece in. There we go. Now I've got to decide what I want to do with the rest of this building. Well, the first thing I would need to do is this path I need to fix. Otherwise it's going to bug the hell out of me. But that goes through. It's going to be 4 wide and it's going to come out like this. And then it's going to slope down. Like that. Okay. And then in this gap here I can put this. Again, I'm liking the timber effects there. Over here, particularly this piece, I can remove, and this piece I think I'm going to have to remove as well, in fact. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do about this bit of the building, because that does look quite ugly the way it sort of just sticks into the track like that, unless I build it at a slightly smaller level. So the issue is, make this the right size again. The issue is, if I do that, it gets into the track. But then if it's just wheels, like as long as no one's limbs are fouled, all the wheel bogies and everything are on the inside. So I think we can actually get away with that. And then here we'll build it like this, and then we'll put a 1 meter piece there just to fill the gap. And then here we will continue this down into the ground like so. Except it needs to be on the outside according to this. That's not right. And that's not right. And that one's not right. That's better. Hopefully at the right height too. Certainly looks as though it is. Alright, so that's this end done. As I said, you can see a little bit of the frame of the building there, but it's not that big a deal, I suppose. One thing I haven't considered in this actually is a transfer track. So I suppose that's what this could be here. This levels out like so, slides across, and then we could have a transfer track. Yeah, I don't think I hadn't really considered that. Same with Bandito actually, although you could argue, let's close that a second, you could argue that maybe over here somewhere we can have a maintenance building, or over here have it go straight on maybe into a maintenance building or something. I don't actually know. I know on Saw they have like that track on a pivot that can turn, so I might have to do that. Over here though we could definitely say that the track can slide off to the side. Got to remind myself how long is a train, because it has to be the same length. So it's up to there. So it's from there to there, I think. Let's find out actually. There's the next train. We'll wait for it to come in and stop, and then we'll have a look. So it is from pretty much the start of the station to one grid away from the end. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tiles, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tiles. So here is going to be the end of our transfer track. Which we do have to add in if we're using realism. Which I would like to, because, you know, I try and make these parks, all the parks I built on all the games that I play, I try and make realistic. So this will be no exception. So that should be the transfer track. It looks about right. So all of this is going to be undercover, and then the track is probably going to go backwards, I would say. So these would be covered, and then this would be a building. So what's that? 4, 5, 6, and 1 for luck. So this is essentially the train storage area. What's the clearance like there? Not good. Not good. We might not be able to have it on this side. But then we can't really have it on the other side either. Although an alternative would be okay, I've thought of an alternative, and it will be using artistic license, because technically some of these hills are real, some of them aren't. So say this ended here, and then that went like that, and that went like that, and then we got rid of that and that and that. Oh, there is a track running directly underneath it. But I would say we had an entranceway here. Maybe a double wide one. Like that, and like that. And just say the transfer track. So instead of a transfer track, it's going to be one where it swaps out for a curve, and then just have it go into the mountain. Which means this will all be uncovered again, or it will be lowered by 1. So at the moment, the floor level is there. We're going to lower it down 1 to build this section. So that way the track becomes part of the building. Right, the track structure and the building structure end up combined. It kind of works out. So nice clearance there, and then here this will go along like so, and will end here. I think. Let's just yeah. This isn't easy. This is not easy. So I think like that, and then this one like that. Maybe move it over one actually. What would make it easier if it was one tile over, but I can't really do that without compromising all of the track work that I've built here. So the only other option I can think of is, we'll keep this just in case. The only other option I can think of is there's another brake section down in a tunnel under here. Here. So if I was to lower the land here, then this could be a transfer track, because I think it's been built on the level as well. Whoop. Again, camera. Let's just zoom in and then go under the ground. So I actually have this as a transfer track. That looks pretty level to me, even if it's on a slight slope, but it doesn't matter. That could work. As I say, this is a fake mountain. This bit here is probably going to be a fake mountain. Although, just for the hell of it, let's push the ground down. Find out how deep this is underground first of all. If it's not too deep, then that's actually pretty manageable at this depth. And that's the start of the lift hill there. So this is going to be a tunnel along like that. And then if we do flatten to foundation all the way underneath here and then out this way. Now I've just got to hope that this brake is about the same length as the train, otherwise it's not going to work. Say, you must let me lower you down, surely. Here, this needs to be pulled out a little bit more. So the idea is the trains are actually going to be going into a shed behind where they come out of here. So they're going to come onto a transfer track here, or a transfer table. It's probably a table more than a track, I would say. And then the sheds are going to come out, might even be a curve, and be built under this, which sounds quite nice actually when I say it like that. Gotta get the size right. I think triple width would be pretty cool. And again, actually, it doesn't have to be a table, it could just be a piece of track that rotates. So say they went up the lift hill, and then the lift hill has a rollback mechanism that can be activated. So that is the length of a train. We could have it as a transfer track and then have a piece of track that curves around and then it goes into a shed. That could work. What I should do it here is really smooth this all out so that it doesn't look really ugly and horrible. And like I just dug it for the hell of it. the land out here a little bit. And out here a little bit. And around here a little bit. Right, let's build a maintenance shed and see what kind of size it is. So here, building. It's got to be the same height as this. So line it up, that's about right. And then build it so it's at the height of this end of the track. About there. So how big's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's a nice size. Just like that. That should give us room for... This will slide across. Right, hang on. Now I've got to actually work this out. What did I just see there? Spire of Shock. What's that when it's at home? I know that we got the new water coaster, which I'm really looking forward to playing around with in the next couple of weeks. I want the mine train coaster. There. Canyon Runner. So this is going to go... That was fine, actually. There. And then we're going to build this piece out like that. We're then going to go to this end. We're then going to go to this end. There. Turn off auto tunnel. I'm going to remove all of this track. Damn it. Damn it. It won't let me undo that? Really? Oh, it will let me undo that. Right, edit track. We want to go this way. Like this. Except we want to remove probably 2 off that. Done. Then we want to move it so that it's on top of it like this, and like that. Okay, and then from here I want to go 1 more out like so. Do I? No. I want all of this to be one big block break. Because again, we might as well make it look authentic if possible. Actually, that is fine. So you're done. So it's going to be a bit of a tight turn. Might need to move you back a fraction. Right, 1 more tile. Like that. That's a shame there's not a duplicate. I can save you as a blueprint, actually. Push all this land here out the way. including another tile over. This isn't the best fit in the world. Right. Building. Edit. Like that. Done. This now needs to move just a fraction up. Like that. That's perfect. Okay. Now I'm going to save you as a blueprint. New blueprint. I'm going to name you Mine Train Storage. Mine Train probably is 2 words actually. You are what? Coaster station, I suppose. Create blueprint. Alright, now if I go coasters, blueprint, somewhere there. Mine train storage. I'm going to put another one of these next to this one. At about the same height. And roughly in the same place. Now I know placing this is going to remove that support. So I'm going to edit the track. Because you're not going to see all of this because it's going to be indoors. So I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to shorten it considerably. Like that. Cool. And then at this end, I'm going to get this piece and lengthen it to there. Why did I do that? Such a stupid thing to press. Right, from this end, go a normal piece of track that comes out to there. And then here, you're going to curve sharply so that you're parallel with this. And then shorten you considerably. So that you're next to it, like that. Sure. That'll work. And then this one, edit track. You're going to go like this, and you're going to curve around like that. You're going to curve around more. Like this. There's going to be horrible screeching, wheel screeching noises when this maneuver takes place. You need to come back a little bit. Not as much. Considering this is only going to happen like once to twice a day, this maneuver is not going to be as bad. Like that, I think. Can I shorten that more? I can't. That's fine. They can be right next to each other like that. There we go. And then all of this here will just be where the tools are kept and stuff like that. I don't know. Making it up as I go along now. And then we'll add a third track. Where is it? There. You're going to be here. You're going to turn like this. And you are going to be built next to this one. Or on top of this one, actually. There. Right. Like that. Perfect. And you're going to be the third track. So actually this one, if I move this one and this one over a little bit, or if I redo this piece, edit track, from here, like that, I think. And then this, if I really curve it round, should connect up. Yeah. And that should, I hope, give you an idea as to how this is going to function. This can all be cleared back, including that bit, and probably all of this as well. I'm going to lift a bit of land up along this boundary as far as I can. Just do a bit of smoothing as well. So I don't mind if you see the building, because all you're going to see here is a building. That's fine. And that fits in quite nicely as well. Alright, let's wall this up and then we'll call this a stream. So first things first, I'm going to put a cover there and a cover there. And then here I'm going to put a cover. I'll have to build an extra one. Unless I use this, of course. Not that one. This one. Which I am well within my right to do if I change the grid size. Like that. That works. That looks pretty cool. Do that. Okay, there's where I want it. Cool. And just build this all the way along like so. And then along the back like so. And then along this side like so. And then along that bit like that. That actually looks pretty damn cool. And then if I build along like this, that covers up the tunnel entrance a little bit more, which I think looks pretty cool. And then for the back here, how wide is this? 5. So I could get away with this. Because, you know, maintenance sheds have quite an airy roof. And I might even put a hole in the back for ventilation. Like so. And then throw this on the top. Now what have we got for roofs? Pitched roof. What's the angle on this? Oh, spot on. Sort of. It's a bit off actually. Hang on. It's gonna have to look like that, I'm afraid. It's not the nicest shape in the centre there. Have we got a more... Which I think that is the height you want it to be. Like that, and then this needs to go up one as well. Oh, no, that stays where it is. Alright, so it's a little unusual looking, this building. It's going to look a bit like that. Unless I use this shape. Which might be better actually. So let's get rid of all of this. I'm going to go steep sides. And here, steep sides. And then plonk the roof on at the top like that. I think that's better actually. Do you think that looks better? To that height there. And then using this piece. Like that. And then go down to this level and along like so, and then do this piece as well, I suppose, and like that. I'll find something for that side in just a second. I could have sworn I did this bit of the roof. Apparently not. Alright, that's our maintenance shed. This piece, if I do it like this, we can have a bit of an overhang. I don't see anything necessarily wrong with that. For this bit, and then for this bit, I suppose we could do the same, and then just, I'll put a flat roof on top of this bit. Or maybe this. I mean, I've got the space here. I could just go with this. Like that, and then not that one, that one. Down the side. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. I mean, it's a bit of a mishmash, but it works. If I just cover this bit with a small pitched roof like that, works quite nicely. Get the walls in, the steep slope, spin you round like that, you bit go there. Like that, and then over here this bit goes like that, and then over here this bit goes like that, And then on the back, it's pretty damn simple. This bit goes there. This bit goes there. And then here, this bit goes there, and this bit goes there. Cool. And then I'll put the pitched bit in the middle there. Do the same thing on this side. And then finally in this bit. And over here. And now I just got to put the straight wall bits in. I'll have one there. One of these ones, which I'll put there. You'll go there, and you will go there, with a little piece there. And then over on this side, you go there, you go there, there and there, because I'm lazy, and you go there. Right, and then in terms of the terrain, we're just going to lift the terrain up here so that it covers most of the back of the building. We'll increase the brush size for this. Like that, and then we'll smooth it like that, and then we'll just lift up this little section a teeny bit more. There's track in there, which is why it's not going all the way. And then this section will just go up like this. All of this bit will pull out to reach the building. Like that. And this bit a bit like that. So on this side the building looks semi-covered, which is cool. I like that. It's a nice touch. And then we'll do that as well. I don't even mind the footers looking like they're coming out the roof, because that sort of fits in with the theme that we're going for. Over on this side, it's not as plain sailing. First of all, we can lift all this bit back up to an extent. Not too much, because we do still have to get a transfer track to operate in this area. So probably like that. And then at the front of the building here, I think it would be easier if I just went and put some walls in. So if I built you like this, and under there, and then round here, under there, and under there. I think that looks pretty damn good. For a first attempt at a maintenance building, it is not the worst thing I've ever built. And we can always chuck some windows and stuff. If I lift that up a little bit more there. We can always chuck some windows and stuff on this building and theme it a little bit so it doesn't just look like a random building that just happens to have a piece of track coming out of it. We'll put something on it. I mean, we could go a bit meta and actually have it as you're on a mine train. You know you're on a mine train. You board the train. Right? You know you're on the mine train, but actually have it as this is where the mine trains are kept. So actually have the storage building be known as a storage building rather than trying to disguise it or hide it. That would be pretty cool if we could do that. But I think we're going to have to leave that as a problem for next week, because right now it's past midnight and it's probably time that I called it quits on this episode. We've done a lot of random stuff. We built the queue for Manic Miner, both priority and standby, so that's looking cool. We could actually make the standby queue a little bit longer as well if we wanted to. We got to theme all this still. We've redid the third act of Manic Miner, so it's a lot smoother and nicer to look at and to ride, I imagine. We'll find that out at some point, I'm sure. And we've built the shell of the station building, and we've built the entirety of the maintenance building. And that does look quite cool, actually, under the overbank of Bandito there. So, ooh, went through the clock tower there. There's music playing somewhere. Is it this? Where's the speaker? There, you. Edit building. You speaker. You're supposed to be playing a bell ring, yeah. Where was the music coming from? You. It's a Chief Beef somewhere. That's weird. That's also going to drive me up the wall now. Hang on, over here. Oh, these are souvenir shops. Where's the Chief Beef? Ah! Where'd you come from? Yeah, you're not supposed to show anything. Just do image for now. God, that was confusing the hell out of me. Trying to work out where the hell... If I put movie... Is there a none? No. Alright. Image... None.png. Okay. That was really confusing me for a second. I forgot that that sign was there. Alright, cool. Okay, where are you going, mister? Yeah, you want to quit your job. You work at Looney Balloons. We should probably get the roster manager up. Yeah, you can create new rosters. This is cool. I like this update. It's added stuff like that. It's also added in picnic benches. Okay, benches. So ages and ages ago now, I was struggling to build benches in the restaurant that we had. Don't need to worry anymore because we have these, which are awesome, and you can put them. As long as they're on paths, you can put them anywhere. So this area here can become an outdoor food area. If I find a Western rustic bench. If I could find a Western... Oh, there you go. Western picnic table. You can dot these around inside this central square area, right in front of the clock tower. How cool would that look? That'd be awesome. Right, anyway. Time to end the stream. It's been going on for... way too long now. 2.5 hours this stream. So it's been a good stream. Touch wood. Everything's worked. Hard drives worked. The I'm not going to push my luck actually. I won't even go on to list everything that's worked in case one part of it stops working. So I'm going to end the episode here, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you're watching this on the Twitch stream, no one really said hi, which is a bit of a shame, but I get that. Sometimes I watch streams and don't really say anything. That's absolutely fine. There are worse things in the world than that. Besides that, if you're watching this on YouTube, be sure to give me a big thumbs up on the video if you enjoyed it, and of course if you've enjoyed all the other episodes in this series. Drop some comments down below with ideas for buildings and whatnot. This is a tricky series to be... I don't want to be putting people off suggesting things. It's a bit of a tricky series for people to be suggesting rides and stuff, because I've kind of got it in my head how I want the park to look and how, like, which rides in which area. But there is one area still that is yet to be occupied. If this is the Egyptian area, then this area here is unoccupied, so we need something for that. So I put some suggestions. Oh, Golfer said hi. He's been here all along, by the way. I put some suggestions for what this area might be in the YouTube comments, or you can send me a message or whatever. No, whatever works best for you guys. Besides that, where was I? Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and of course if you enjoyed the series, drop some comments down below with ideas for the areas and stuff. I'm doing my YouTube end spiel at the moment. Those of you who've watched on Twitch or are watching this on playback on Twitch, give me a big follow. If you're watching this on YouTube, give me a big subscribe. And besides that, guys, I'm going to tab out the game really quickly, so it's going to go all funny on the screen, I think. Well, it might not actually. Might have got away with it. But besides all that, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, I will see you soon.